Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I already have my base and everything on because today we are going to review these Fenty Beauty Snap Shadows. These guys right here. The ones I'm going to be reviewing today are going to be number 3 and number 7. These are the ones that I picked up that looked interesting to me, and I have been using these for quite some time now. I just got around to shooting this video and kind of seeing what look I want to do today. Let me open these up for you guys. So this is number 3. That's what that looks like there. And then number 7 looks like this. Today I'm using my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. So because I have hooded eyes, I actually am very careful with how much eye primer in general I use on my lids. So not too much, not too little. You gotta kind of find that sweet spot when you have hooded eyes, because if you put too much on, you end up getting that crease and it's just not a good look. So I have to be super careful, and at this point it's muscle memory. I know how much to put on my lids, but it's just kind of something you're gonna have to practice at and find that sweet spot. So first things first, I'm gonna use kind of a big fluffy brush, and I am going to use the shade Take Cover, which is this guy up top in the middle right here. And I'm pretty much gonna almost go all over the lid with that one. I am gonna focus probably a little bit more in the crease area, but I'll kind of gently spread it all over. That shade, it's really about just kind of laying a base, not only to set the eye primer, but also to just kind of get color on there so we can get some nice transitions going. As far as the matte shadows go on the 2 that I have, I will say there's not much fallout at all, not even in the pan. Nothing really kicks up all that much. I will say with the shimmer shades, this one's my favorite right here. You'll see why in a minute, but I feel like if there's like any sort of shimmer or glitter, throughout the day, it does kind of end up under your eye a little bit. Nothing, oh no, I just dipped into the glitter shade. Let's try to get that off there. So next, I am going to deepen that shade, and I'm going to use the Nudie Booty, this one right here. It's just slightly darker than the last shade that we just used. This one, I am mainly gonna focus this on the outer portion right here, this outer third, but then I'm also gonna bring it into the crease. And because I have hooded eyes, I do something a little bit different. So even though my actual line of my lid is right there, that's actually not where I would put my crease shadow. So I would put it right about here underneath the eye socket right there and kind of spread this shadow up top, creating a crease basically. If I don't do that, and even when I do it, I have to kind of be generous with the pigment or the shadow, because as soon as I close my eyes, most of it gets just caught underneath, and then you kind of don't even see the look. So you kind of have to be really generous up top, at least with my hooded eye. Every hooded eye is slightly different, but these are kind of tips and tricks that I have used over the years. Another one is for me, for my eye shape, I actually don't drag the shadow all the way down to right here. I do more of this area, and I almost more of a line as opposed to going in the windshield wiper motion. It's more like straight across this way. I do curve it a little bit, but my brush ends up here, not down here. So that kind of keeping this area open will brighten my eye a little bit or make them look bigger, at least in my opinion. I'm gonna take the other brush that we were using earlier and just kind of help blend that out. I am going to use this yellow color down here. That is She Salute. And I'll also use Fatigue, and this one's Fatigue right here, which kind of has a greenish, an olive tone. It's really cute. Instead of Fatigue with an F, it's with a PH. I think that's so cute. Anyway, I'm going to start with Fatigue, which is this olive color right here. And I'm gonna even deepen this outside portion of the eye even more. And I'm using the same brush. I'm gonna keep it more so on the outer portion of the eye, but then also bring it in just a little bit into the crease. It's gonna create some nice dimension that will make a little bit of like a pocket, or it'll create depth in my eye, depth that I don't have. I'm gonna take the brush with the big fluffy brush from earlier and kind of blend that out right now too, to kind of see where we're at. So I'm happy with that. Next, I am going to move in with this yellow shade, the She Salute. So this one down here, more of a mustard, matches my sweater. I love it so much. Let's try it with a brush, and then we might have to use our finger to kind of deepen the shade, but we'll see how it responds to a brush. It's been some time since I've used this one. I'm gonna start by putting it in the center, concentrate it there. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there on this side because I wanna see what the other side is gonna look like if I apply it with my finger. So I'm gonna concentrate it in the center of the eyelid, and I'm gonna take my ring finger, which is the gentle finger, right? And I'm just gonna pat it on the center portion of the eyelid and see if there's any difference in color payoff, because it's been a minute since I used this mustard shade, this She Salute. And yeah, there's a difference. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's definitely a clear difference. So I'm gonna go back in on this side of the face and finish off with my finger here. So next I am going to use this Money Mission shade, and this is this pretty shade in the pan. I don't know what it looks like to you guys, but it starts off kind of as white, and then as you swatch it or get it on your actual skin, it actually turns into gold. I don't know if you guys can see that or if it still looks pretty light or white, but it ends up being more of a gold on the lid. At least that's the way I feel about it. I'm also gonna take this and put this in the inner corner and pull it up this way up the eye, just underneath the crease again. All right, so just to make this a little bit more seamless and make sure that mustard color stays on as best as possible, I'm gonna pack this on and kind of blend the 2 or 3 shadows really together as best I can. And then I am gonna go back in with Money Mission. Now I am going to take the brush we were using for the crease earlier. There's no product on this. I'm just gonna kind of take this and blend out this area a little bit. Okay, and I think I'm happy with that. So I am going to leave that there. Because I have such small lid space, I tend to stay away from actual eyeliner. Most of the time I am using eyeshadow, so I'll take a brush like this, just like this flat brush right here, and I'll take a shade. I'm gonna take this darker shade, so usually just something darker, and this one is called Glamo Camo, so it's this deepest shade up here. It's kind of a muted black. I'm going to take this brush, make sure I tap off the excess so that I don't get any fallout there, and just run it across my lash line. I guess right now I'll just stamp that a little bit to create a little wing, but it's gonna be a soft one. I basically aim for the end of my natural brow right there. And so it makes one straight line. That's the angle I'm looking for. And then you kind of just have it meet your lash line. And that's how I would do liner anyway. A lot of the time, I don't put any sort of, I don't have really lashes underneath my eyes, so I definitely don't use mascara. And then doing any sort of dark color or liner underneath my eye closes my eyes, makes it even smaller. So a lot of the time, I'll leave it like this to make my eye look bigger, because putting anything really underneath there, every now and again, I'll put in a pop of color and it won't be as detrimental as, say, putting like a really dark shadow underneath. So let's, for fun, put these two shades that we use to keep it congruent, just so that we can see the difference. The first one is this one under Take Cover. That's its name, Take Cover. And I'm just gonna use this brush here. And so if I do put color underneath my eye, sometimes it actually helps disguise fine lines and wrinkles there too. So it can be beneficial, but I'll never drag it all the way across. Because remember, I'm trying to keep this part right here of my eye very open and very light. Any shadow that is too dark that comes in this inner third of the eye, when you have hooded eyes or small eyes, it closes the eye. So when I'm taking shadow across the bottom lash line here, I'm only gonna go, the farthest I'm gonna go is the halfway point in the eye, but concentrating most of the color at the corner of the eye where my brush first touches the skin. So that will be the darkest part. And as I bring it in, it'll get diffused. Now I'm gonna take the mustard color, the She Salute, right here. So basically at the end of my eye, and then bring it in to about the center, and I'm stopped right there. I'm gonna take this brush here, which is kind of pinched right here. So it's got, even though it's a little bit fluffy, it's also a little bit flat. Here, I'll do it with this mirror. And I'm just gonna blend this out. Next up, I'm just gonna put on some mascara and maybe a little lip color, and we'll come back for the finished look. All right, guys, so I put on a little bit of mascara. I have little tiny baby lashes, so I do what I can, and then I just finished off with a neutral lip. So I hope you enjoyed this. Really, these Fenty Snap Shadows, I love them so much. They're so great for traveling. The color payoff is great. For as small as they are as well, like they just pack a lot of punch. I can create so many different looks with just these two. I can't imagine if I bought, you know, the other palettes, how many looks I could come up with. But these two, been very happy with. They stay on for the most part with great staying power. I love them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe to see what comes next, and thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.